Hello everybody, Panama. We're back with another video, and it's another Motor Monday. We're back in the state of Barstow, or American Road, or whatever you want to call it. We're over here in the San Francisco part, or San Francisco-based part of the map. It's pretty cool. I think the last time we were here was when we were checking out the 1947 Burnside, but we'll get to that a little bit later as to why we are here. That is a big hanger. I'm just gonna say that real quick. That's a massive hanger. Anyway, back to subject. We're here today with the 1994 Gavril Grand Marshal. This is going to be the 5.4 liter V8. This is actually a lot bigger than the 4.5 liter V8 that it has, or that the 98s and the 92s, which we will see a little bit later, have. So let's just real quickly take a peek at the engine, start her up. I don't really think it has that much of a different engine to it. I'm just going to real quickly make sure that it does have the right stuff to it. So this has a stage 1 performance long block. It has a sport intake. It has 308 gears on it. So this is a pretty fast car. Its quote unquote peak performance is 200 and I want to say it's 270, maybe 260-ish horsepower at 200 or at 5,000 RPM, but it actually revs up to 5,800 RPM, so the horsepower is a little bit closer to that 300 mark. I'm pretty sure it's 290, so it's a pretty powerful car. It's actually, I would say it's a little bit faster than the 98 Grand Marshal, which might be interesting on the performance track. I don't know. I don't really see this thing breaking or beating the 69, but it very well could because of not only its gearing but also its overdrive in it and just its engine. Its raw horsepower. Doesn't need any of that fancy schmancy turbocharging, supercharging, or twin charging. It just has its fuel injection. It has the sport intake, which I believe is this thing right here. This tube. But anyway, yeah, I think it's the the real life thing is a 578. So if I call that, or so if I call it a 5.7, that's why. Yep. And just real quick, 4-speed automatic with the overdrive, like I said, stage 1 performance long block. And here we are, 290 horsepower. But, yeah, so let's real quickly get this thing started up just so we can hear it. Alrighty, let's see here. 3, 2, 1. That is a pretty puppy right there. That is a very, very pretty, very angry puppy. There we go. So I'm pretty sure. Wow. Anyway, I'm pretty sure the reason that I made this car, I think it was to compete with the other, just have another Grand Marshal car. Since this, whoa! Yeah, definitely don't want to step on the gas with this thing. But actually, we'll put the speed limiter up. I did do a top speed run probably 10 minutes ago, and it was in the neighborhood of around 150. I think is when the engine can't really climb anymore. I think are we in overdrive? So that's second. No, we're in third. We're now in a pole. Gonna try that real quick. All right, so this would be, yeah, we're in third. Yeah, overdrive can't kick in just yet. We could be in overdrive right now. We could be. But anyway. Yeah, so this is the Gavril Grand Marshal Classic. If you couldn't tell already, by the way, it's based off of the 1994 Chevrolet Caprice. with the LT1 engine, which is, I think it's the 5.7 liter, as I mentioned earlier. This is actually, supposedly, this is one of the fastest cars, well, the fastest police car, which I don't know, because I've seen this, I've seen that debunked several times by people that like the 69 Polara with its 271 highway gearing. So I don't know, maybe it has the potential to be the fastest car, the fastest one, because I'm sure if you just let it go for miles and miles and miles on end, it's probably going to go well over 150 just because it has the overdrive. But speaking of which, just make it up this hill real quick, but it's a very fast car. The only video I've used it in so far, I believe, is going to be our Shine Your Light. That was the last one we used it. I didn't use the Grand Marshal there, or like the 92s, because I think I wanted like a change of scenery or something like that, change of cars. Just because we've been using a lot of Chrysler and Ford, well, Chrysler made, so, you know, Ford, or not Ford, Dodge. Oh, that sucks. Anyway, Chrysler, Ford, and, yeah, Chrysler and Ford, so, like, Mercury's we've been using. We haven't been using any of those, actually, but anyway, Fords we've been using a lot of. We've been using a lot of our, Dodges, a couple Plymouths here and there, and I think I do have a Pontiac in mind for next week's Motor Monday. And hopefully the sedans are out for Georgia State Police. Actually, I'll check it real quick. If they are out, then I'll absolutely start doing that. I don't think they are. Georgia. Oh, that's not good. Okay. We do have really cool looking 9s though, as I'm trying to stay on the road. That's not good. Yeah, I don't think it's there. So we'll no. Anyway. Yeah, these things were probably but anyway, yeah, these things were very, very fast cars. I think the top speed, or of the 0 to 60 of this thing, I would say is around 7.5 seconds. I think this thing is 7.5, but the actual was 7.7, so oh, that sucks. Oh, the beauty of being able to shift down to 2. You can't do that nowadays because of all the 6 speeds, 7 speeds, 8 speeds, even 10 speeds. You can't do it anymore. Ah, we hate to see it. Oh, okay, never mind. I forgot there was a straightaway here. But yeah, the light bar on it isn't really. I know I don't usually talk about the light bar because there usually isn't one. But yeah, it's just your usual. I think this is overdrive. But anyway, interesting. Yeah, I usually have it on standard. Sometimes I have it on. Oh, this sucks. All right. Sometimes I have it on chase. It's got a couple of cool light modes to it. Okay. I can't see anything. Okay. Okay. Aw. Aw, man. Have to get out of the car and run, bro. Alright, anyway. Let's get back on the road, and we'll do a 0 to 60 real quick. I'm gonna find the straightaway. I'm pretty sure there's a straightaway around here somewhere. Yes, there is. Alright, so... And of course, we'll do this on the performance track. I'll probably get these cars on the performance track by tonight. Okay, so let's just real quickly. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that's our 7.18. Usually it's a little... I think it's because we're going downhill a little bit. Yeah, that's probably why. So this is 117, 118, 119. Alright. So 0 to 24 is 25 seconds. 124 is 25 seconds. Okay. So the 1 mile is 112 seconds, or 112 miles an hour. And that took 36 seconds to accomplish. Okay. I'm sure there's probably... You know what? This is actually a car that I'm very confident that we could probably put up against a Bolide. We're just gonna have a little bit of fun. Is there only one now? I was gonna say, what car am I thinking of then? Should we put up against the can't drive 55? You know, we'll put up... You know, that'll be one of the later cars. Wow, I still have the Spica. Definitely don't want that car anymore. Those who know. Unfortunate. Okay, so this is 200. I think we're gonna get outmatched. So we'll find a car that's decent. Okay, we'll put it up against this thing. It's the Cheetah. No. 390 GT, why not? 390? I don't know if that's just the addition of some sort or if it genuinely has like a 390 cubic inch. It could because it's got a lot of room in the back. Let's see here. Survey says I don't think that's 390 because it's 3 liters. Okay, so it's over 390. Yeah. Oh. All right. So this is. I would say we're probably gonna get this car in the downhill as we usually do, but let's just put this on to flee. We'll put the risk down. I don't even know if the risk does anything when it comes to fleeing and all that. I think it only does something when it's following. Could be something. Alright, let's hear. Alright, so we're off to a strong start, but he's off to a stronger start. What's he at right now? Yeah, he's at 120. I don't think we're winning this, actually. I will leave the siren off. Speaking of sirens, I got rid of my siren mod. Actually, I think I still have it. It was just deactivated anyway. Is it 130? Okay, so we're picking up the pace a little bit. 145. Wow, that's weird textures. There's a couple of spots like that on this map. I think this is gonna be our overdrive. Okay, so he's just not sending it into these turns. We are. This is why we catch. This is how we catch most of our faster cars like this. We just full send it into the turns. I don't think it's gonna make it. Let's see here. Aw, man. Aw, man. The AI was smart. Aw, man. That wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be, so props for that. So how about... So that wasn't a bad race, actually. So how about we just put it... 7.32. So we're actually catching up really well. The only problem is the AI is iffy as per usual. I wish there was a way that we could like set the risk like not manually, but like I wish more factors would go into like the risk and like they would actually care a little bit more. I think the AI cared a lot more for itself at one point, but it's not quite caring here. Since the AI is supposed to be technically a better driver because they're computer generated, they can probably see exactly what moves they're going to make like 20 miles in advance or something like that. Actually, I think it's like a quarter mile in advance, but you get the idea. Here is our downhill. See, this is probably the fastest we will ever get it to go, 160, which is the top speed. Even here, actually, we're holding it at 150. So I do have a feeling that we are going to... Okay. Let's might be it. This might be it. Aw, man. Okay, so 149. We could probably reach. I think we can reach probably 150 again. Aw, man. So the wheels were going 184. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, can we do the J turn? I can't tell. Oh! I think in real life you want to keep it in reverse, then like when you're starting to turn, you put it in neutral, then when you turn all the way, you put it back in drive or something related to that. Okay, so... Ah, we're going uphill too. This is gonna suck. Ugh. What are we doing? Oh no! I don't know what it's doing here, but it's almost helping us out. So we might want to, we just put the risk to 2. We almost went off the road. That would not have been good. Okay, so we do have a slight downhill grade here. So we gotta hug this. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's a right turn here, so we gotta hug this. Actually, how about we just hug the center? Actually, here we're gonna have to hug the right, the very right, so we can keep. It's very, very slow turn. Be very careful. Let's see here. 146, 147. Can we make it up to 148? There it is, 148. What's he doing? Is that a turn off? Yes, that is. I think this is usually the turn where I kind of get messed up, but now I don't really know much more about the Caprices other than they were doing good and they were very fast cars. I don't really know. I forget what made them discontinue the Caprice in '96, I think it was, or yeah, '96. But then that gave the Crown Vics the monopoly for, I think it was from '97 up until, well, from '97 up until probably 2011. That gave them the monopoly. Of course, there were other Chevy police cars and even Chevy like packages. It's just Ford made I don't know, I guess they just like Ford a lot more. I see them as there's pros and cons with both cars, but I don't really know what else really. 320 torque, 262, 264. Okay, so I think there's no way that we're gonna get this above 147 just in the straightaway. If we do this, however, since we're in overdrive, so this is probably, we do just lose power. That's the issue. So even when we're going downhill, we're losing power. So this is where, if you look on like a website like Automobile Catalog and you look at like what the gear speed is at each, like what the speed is at each gear, that's where you're gonna get your, I think it's your 196 from or something like that. It's definitely above 160, but it's just since it's overdrive, that just means compared with, or along with the rear axles on it, that just means that it's gonna be a lot more. Because the gears are numerically lower, or technically higher. But of course, you can never. I don't think you could ever put a car like, even a police car. You can never get this thing up to 196. So I wouldn't want to either, to be honest. You probably get the death shakes probably a bit over 140. You probably get the shakes rather. We've already twisted our speedometer cable off the end. And also, as for, speaking of which, actually, I'm planning on doing, I think, a couple more Hot Rod Lincoln things, so, or, well, Hot Rod Race things. I'm gonna probably do Hot Rod Race 2, 3, I might do, I don't think I'm gonna do the other one. Just, because there's Hot Rod Race 1, 2, 3, then 4, and I think the 5th one is the actual Hot Rod. Like, from the hot rodder himself. This thing guzzles gas, too. I wouldn't say that, actually. It's actually really good with mileage. Seeing that we're going as fast as we are. Whoa! This thing takes the turns like a champ, too. I don't remember if this thing has power steering or not. I'm pretty sure power steering comes... It's pretty much a standard. Wow, we don't have power steering. Alright, let's just real quickly put that on. So, we are doing very, very good. So actually, I'm gonna get it on a straightaway right here. Oh! See? Perfect timing. I just want to real quickly check the brakes, too. Because we should have the front disc brakes. Yep, we do. And I'll also put this in for... Lens 2, I think it is. Oh, no! Yeah, let's just do a little bit of cheating. If we aren't already frozen, are we? Okay, we are not. Let's see if we can take this corner at 190. We can. How fast? I wonder how far we can push this thing until it overheats. I don't think it will overheat, actually. 217 is our absolute max, but that's... Oh no! Oh no! See? So over 2... Nope. Okay, so... See, we're even spinning too much to really save it, but... Alright, so anything over 200, it looks like. Well, that's when we start getting the death shakes in here. I think the car will be done a lot sooner than what we just had it at. And of course... Ho ho ho! And boom. All that damage to the... As I say, all that damage to the bolide and not a scratch on this car. That's what we love about these tubs. Okay, maybe we do have a little bit of damage, unless if that's just a bug. Is that a bug? It is a bug. Okay, so note to self. Note to self. We never want to... Okay. So we never want to do that. Like, drift too much on camera. Sounds good, sounds good. Actually, we probably could at night, but anyway. So that was our top speed run. Can't really think of much else. Actually, I have an idea. How about... I'm sure I could have sworn there was a drag strip here. I don't think we wanted to see it off-roading. Top Gear test track. See, I would have... Is this a Top Gear test track? Could be. I don't know. Is this even mapped by AI? It is not. It is it? It sort of is, just not the way you'd really expect it to. Anyway, I'm gonna drag race this thing with the Moonhawk. I want to see how these two beasts are. We'll see. We'll see what the faster car is when we do the performance track. But I do want to. I am very curious to see how fast the Polara can, or the Moonhawk can go at 69. Boom. Boom. Oh. Here we are. Alright, so let's just start right here. This should be straight. Okay, the problem is the Moonhawk goes slightly to the left, or right rather. This also goes slightly to the left, or right. Alright, how about we just put this all the way out in front? I will be in the... Grand Marshal? What are we doing? Oh no! Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go! Wow! Bro, what? There is no way. No way. Okay, so the 0 to 60 is actually a lot better than I thought it would. Which actually, I think the real life was 6.47. At least that's what we got on the that. 144. Wow. And keep in mind that's a 3-speed. This is a 3-speed with overdrive. Alright, so the top speed of that. 146. Okay, boom. Okay, so I don't think we're beating anything actually. Even with 290 horsepower, that's actually more than the newest Crown Victoria had. Even with 290 horsepower, we can go over 146. Oh man. One thing is for certain though, this thing has a lot better brakes. Aw man, we have valve train damage now, because I put it in first gear by accident while we were braking. That's one of the things about cars with no ABS. That's one of the advantages. Oh, and the advantage is rather that if you put it in first gear instead of any other gear pretty much, or yeah, any other gear besides like second, it's not gonna completely screw your engine up because you still have the time while you're braking at such high speeds to shift again, because the engine pretty much kind of shuts down. I would not like shuts down, but yeah, you get what I mean. Okay. Okay, so let's just see real quick. What are you doing? My goodness gracious, my goodness gracious. Okay, shut up. Very good. It could just be that he's just going a lot easier on the accelerator than I am. This just goes to show that Ford and Chevy are, that Dodge and Chevy. There's a lot of differences with their cars. Oh, oh. So he's going 144. We still have some time to catch up. He's only at 144. Never mind, he's at 150. I think that is actually, I think 140 or 145 is what the actual, is what you could actually get the car to rev to. Alrighty, so we are back, and I think that pretty much wraps this video up. This car is really fast, like I said, and this is the 1994 Gavril Grand Marshal with the 5.5 liter V8. I will see you guys in the performance track, which I will get to now. So see you then.